Hey guys, so today's a Wednesday, so we're going to do our weigh-in and just discuss a little bit about where I'm at, where I've been, where I'm coming from, and where my hopefully goals will lead me. So before I forget, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video and other ones like it, please hit the like button. I've also linked all my socials down below. I also linked all my socials down below from TikTok and Instagram, so you can always just click on those and follow me there. I do post there almost daily, and it's just fun stuff, just quick pictures and cute videos and things like that. I do post out my full workouts on days, so if you're interested in that, then definitely go follow. For those of you who don't know me personally, I had the gastric sleeve done April of 2018. My program required me to be in the program for at least 6 months. It didn't require me to lose any weight. I just had to report my dietary and my nutrition intake and get weighed and not gain any weight. I'm extremely grateful that I had the surgery, but I feel like I wasn't prepared enough by my program to be successful. My doctor would often say things like, this is a magic wand that's going to help you lose weight. You can eat whatever you like because your stomach's going to be 1/8 of the size. And that's not true. Like, that's not true at all. So I feel like I was deceived by going into the program that I went into, and I feel like there may have been other programs that would have helped me more, but I don't regret getting my surgery. It led to a lot of great things that led me to healing. Through one of my doctor appointments after I had surgery, they discovered that I had PCOS, so that would be another reason why it's very difficult for me to lose weight. And within a month, I was diagnosed as bipolar. So that was another hindrance for me, because the medication that I take for bipolar, the medication I take to be that for being bipolar, it does help with my eating disorder, but it also causes me to retain a lot of water, and it can make me insulin resistant, so I wouldn't be losing weight as easily as if I wasn't on these pills. But as I mentioned, I'm grateful, because in the same building as my surgeon was this other team of people. And they're the ones that I went to get further help with my eating disorder and bipolar, and just the regret that I had at the time from getting surgery. It's something no one really talks about, but once you get the surgery, it doesn't prepare your mind, and it doesn't matter how much preparation you go through before surgery, nothing is going to be able to prepare you for the amount of food that you can't eat. I remember on more than one occasion, I would eat and I would get full, but looking at the food, I'm like, that's not possibly, I could not have eaten enough to possibly nourish my body. And it was true, I wasn't eating enough. Even to this day, I'm about 3 years out, 2021, so yeah, 2021, 3 years out. I'm still only able to eat about 6 ounces of food in one sitting. And it still feels like it's not enough. Like, my eyes are bigger than my plate, if that makes sense. So I went to therapy for about a year. Very intense therapy to get over my eating disorder and discover other things about myself. Like, trigger warning, when I was younger and I was depressed, I would self-harm. And I thought that I was over it, And then it was brought to my attention that overeating and stretching my sleeve is also another form of self-harm. So I had to really analyze what I was doing and really get in the mindset of it's okay not to finish the plate. That happy plate, you know, making a happy plate where it's completely empty was no longer something that I could do. Also, that leads to disordered eating because it's just binge eating. So if you can clear your plate in 30 minutes and you feel sufficiently full, great. But if you're forcing yourself to eat this food and you feel gross after, you know the feeling. When you've just eaten too much, you have to unbutton your pants, all that stuff. Then it's disordered eating and it's not great for you. It can lead to weight gain. It can lead to depression. It can lead to so many different things. And I'm so glad that I was able to discover these things, even if it was after surgery, because it just led me onto my path for success. But during my first year of surgery, like my first year after surgery, I was struggling. I was struggling a lot. I weighed, at my highest weight, I was 331. My surgery weight was 311. And after a year in my program, when I went for my weigh-in, I had only lost 50 pounds. Now I'm grateful that I lost those 50 pounds because I'm insulin resistant, because I had PCOS, because of my medication. I was excited that I lost the 50 pounds because I could not have done it on my own. I tried. Before surgery, I tried. I was doing Camp Gladiator, which is an outside exercise program. I was going to the gym. I was trying to watch what I was eating, and like the weight just wouldn't budge. So that's when I made the decision to have surgery. And after the first year, I really thought I was gonna lose more weight. Like, I've seen all these success stories of other women and other men who have disorders and had the surgery and they were successful. They lost 70% of their weight in the first year. And I was jealous. I was extremely jealous that I wasn't losing in that way. So that led to more depression, it led to more binge eating, it led to more weight gain. So the 50 pounds that I lost, I gained about 10-15 pounds of it back because of that. And then I started losing again. Within the second year, I started bringing off that weight. And then 2020, COVID happened, so all the gyms were closed and I wasn't able to go to the gym. I got down to about 240. And then when the gyms closed, I went back up to about 247, 250. Because the gym is where I go to work out my anxiety. It's where I go to kind of relieve myself of stress. So when the gyms were unavailable, it was just very frustrating. And as I mentioned in other videos, I tried to do at-home workouts. I just wasn't getting what I needed out of it, so I stopped. And that led to, like I said, depression during that time. Even with my medication, I'm prone to depression. So that was very difficult to handle. I didn't gain much weight in that time frame. I just kind of bounced between I kind of bounced between 240 and 250, kind of going up and down. I wasn't watching what I was eating. I wasn't taking my vitamins that I'm required to take after bariatric surgery. I wasn't drinking my water. I wasn't getting my protein in. I kind of gave up for a little while. And then I became very discouraged about it and I gave up. I stopped trying for a few months and I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like my body. I didn't like my confidence level. So I talked to my mental health doctor, and we made some adjustments to my medication, added some new prescriptions in, and I was feeling better. I was feeling mentally better. Things got a lot clearer for me, and that's when I rededicated myself to losing weight. And that's where we're at now. Basically, I'm taking all of my medications. I started my vitamins again to see if that might help, because I'm getting dizzy when I stand up, and I'm concerned it's diabetes because of the insulin resistance, but I'm hoping it's not. I'm back to the, I've come back to the basics of mindful eating and trying to hit the goals with my protein, with my water, taking my medication every day, going to the gym every day. Even if it's a rest day, I'll walk or I'll do yoga, but just going every day, being present, has helped my mentality so much. So as I mentioned, I'm back to the basics. I'm starting keto from the bottom. It's my first time on keto, so the results are, I don't want to say impressive, but I'm losing about 2.5 pounds a week at the moment. I'm tracking all of my macros. Some days are better than others. You'll see my carb manager at the end, and I just completely forgot to track yesterday some of the food that I ate, and that's okay. Like, it's a practice, so we're not going to be perfect all the time, but we can strive for perfection. And I just feel a little bad that I didn't track my food, so I don't know where I'm at today. And I did the ketone strips. I'm not in ketosis, so I may have eaten too many carbs yesterday and I just didn't track them. But today's a new day, so we're gonna start over. I'm trying new recipes all the time, so I can find stuff that isn't so basic, that's not just chicken, and it's not just chicken, honestly, because I very rarely get to my sides because I try to get in all the protein and fats from the meat, or the protein portion of my meal. So I very rarely get to like the other stuff. I hear that I should be eating about 9 ounces, but once I get past like 4.5, 5, it becomes uncomfortable. So I just stopped eating. And it's working for me now. I'm not getting in as many calories as I should, so my carb manager says I should be getting in about 2,000, but I'm somewhere between 9 and 12 on a daily basis when I eat real meals and not just shake replacements. And that seems to be working. Like, the scale is going in the right direction, the measurements are going in the right direction. So we're excited to see what can happen from here. Some of the fears that I have with keto and my current program, I do have to track all of my macros and work out. And for myself, I weigh myself every day. Every morning when I wake up, first thing I do is go to the bathroom and then I weigh myself. And I'm concerned that I'm gonna fall off. I'm concerned that it's a slippery slope tracking everything and weighing yourself, because what can happen is disorder eating, like nitpicking. And my disorder eating that I was dealing with was binge eating. I always had difficulties knowing when to stop until I was way too full and very uncomfortable. And that would be a pack of cookies in, a pint of ice cream deep, and now I'm weighing out my servings, and I'm really nervous that I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum and just stop eating, because food scares me, and I'm scared that I'm going to eat the wrong thing, or I'm going to eat too much of it and I'm not going to see the consistent results that I'm looking for. So to combat that, what I'm doing is I'm doing the mindful eating techniques. I'm eating for 30 minutes, not drinking for 30 minutes after, eating slowly, putting my fork down in between bites to allow myself to fully digest and enjoy my meal. You know, there's other things to it, to where you just like savor the meal and you appreciate it, and then you eat. And if you don't eat the whole thing in 30 minutes, then you can either save it for later or throw it out. And I'm having to find myself to get more comfortable with just discarding scraps and not being like, well, I can eat that, because I can't. I honestly, it doesn't fit. And it doesn't fit because I had a surgery, and I had the surgery because I was eating too much, and I was eating too much because of the trauma that I had in my life, and that's how I was coping. And I don't want to get back there, and I don't want to go to the other part of the spectrum where I'm not eating enough. So it just feels like I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But it's a practice, guys. It really is. Like, you just practice enough until it becomes a habit. And that's what I'm working on now, is I'm trying to make these good eating habits, or these good eating techniques, a habit in my life, so that I can continue to see success. And I can tell you guys how I'm doing it. So doing what I've been doing these past 4 weeks, I'm seeing a lot of success. I'm down 11.8 pounds from when I started. The inches, they're budging, not as much as I would like them to, so I'm not seeing a lot of physical difference, but I am showing more muscle, and muscle does weigh heavier than fat, so I'm losing and building at the same time, and it's great, but I would just like to see more definition in my body, and I'm not seeing it. But it's only been 4 weeks, so maybe other people are seeing it. Like, I know Josh says he sees it on certain parts of my body, and he can now wrap his arms around me, around my waist, and right like under my boobs. He's able to like wrap his arms around me, which that wasn't something that we could do before. So the differences are there. They're just small for me. I like things with a big impact. I really have no words. Like, I have no words to explain how excited I am right now in this part of my journey, where I'm seeing the changes a little bit from where I was months and months ago. And the weight's going in the right direction, the scale's going in the right direction, the measurements are going in the right direction, my eating habits are getting better. I'm just frustrated with myself that I waited this long to do it. So if you guys are here for the weigh-in, I'll put my scale information in now. I think I last weighed myself yesterday morning. The one from this morning did not record, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, if I've included my workout in the beginning of the video so that you can see it. I recorded on Monday just because I do a certain split and I don't want you guys to see the same workout every day. One of the exciting things that I have going on right now is I'm a Quest Nutrition ambassador now, so hopefully we'll see more things from them. You'll definitely see some of me incorporating more of their products on my what I eat in a days, so look forward to that. But yeah, in the meantime, if you like this video and had any information that was helpful to you, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. My socials are down below, as I mentioned before, and I hope to see you guys next time. Love you guys. Bye.